start it?
Yeah, I'm gonna shift this a little bit. There we
Okay.
go. Okay. So I'm going to briefly talk about a friendship dynamic of when I came to Purdue. So like how a certain friend in that friend group has affected our friendship dynamic, if that makes sense.
Okay. Wait, someone at Purdue or someone that
Yeah,
you knew
someone
before?
at Purdue.
Okay.
So like we had this core friend group that we formed like from coming to Purdue. So it was like all new friends from different areas of the world, or not the world, but all different states and areas of Indiana and stuff. So we all met and we all go to the same church. So that's like how we met for the most part. And we had this great friendship. So like everything's going well. And then a couple weeks before the end of first semester, we went to dodgeball with one of our nursing friends that's in nursing, and she's friends with a lot of people in nursing, so she brought a bunch of them to play dodgeball with. So this was the first interaction we've had with any of them, first time we'd met them, like basically ever. We had never seen these people before, and little did we know we were all going to be like such a close friend group now. So but this one person in particular kind of caused our friend group like issues, and I definitely take blame for part of that. So basically what happened is him and I got really close. His name is Sean. We'll just call him Sean. Him and I got super close. Like I liked him, he liked me, that type of thing, where it was going to evolve into something more. And we were just hanging out a lot, watching movies, just doing like date-ish stuff. And basically what happened is I realized that he was not the person that I wanted in my life as a significant other, if you will.
Was he just like not your type, or was he like
I
toxic in a way?
Kind of a little bit of both. I feel like he was kind of my type because I just like, I don't know,
like
a little bit.
Boys,
yeah, but
stuff like
that was kind of the issue too, is that
Oh.
I'm Christian and he's Catholic, and it's just it's quite different. Like it could work in a sense, but it's quite different. So like I am thinking way into the future now when I'm looking for a relationship, so wanting someone that I will be able to go to the same church as, raise my kids in the exact way that they want to raise their kids, because it would just conflict, and I didn't want to get started into something that wasn't going to go further, because that's like where I'm at in my life. So that was a big part of it, and then I also think he has some type of like anger issues. I don't know if it's directly like anger issues, but he does have some issues of getting like hot-headed in certain situations. So sometimes like even now when we play dodgeball together, he'll get like super into it and super irritated if he gets out, and will like chuck the ball at people, and then I got like he nailed me in the head a couple days ago, and I like,
because he was mad at you?
No, just he's like he hit me in the head, and I almost blacked out. He hit me so hard, but
oh my god,
yeah, that was bad. But basically, so I sent him a text about like why I wasn't gonna date him, like let's still be friends, because I didn't want to make our friend group awkward.
Yeah.
Because we had found these great friends, and I didn't want to just make it awkward. I just didn't want to. So
no, I get that.
Yeah. So he was like, okay, is it something that I did? So I like called him and I talked to him in like person about it. I was like, it was nothing that you did. It's all me, basically. I was like, you're just not exactly the person that I'm searching for, and I'm at the point in my life where I want someone for the extreme long term, like someone that I can spend the rest of my life with.
No, that's a good like quality to look for in like people, instead of like just dating like the first guy you see. So like I understand that. Yeah, I always make jokes with Krista and Raynon about how I'm like so boy crazy, and I always have like a different crush every week or something, just because I don't know. It's just from elementary school. I always liked like everybody in my 5th grade class. So it's just a trait that I have that I can't get rid of. So did you ever like try, like I know you said like the religion thing, did you ever like I know me and my boyfriend do this because he's Lutheran and I'm Catholic, and like he'll go to church with me sometimes and I'll go to church with him sometimes. And like our kids, like we haven't really talked about that, but like we'd probably just like switch off churches. That's true. Did you ever like think of like doing that with him? And I did for sure. So I actually brought him and invited him to Christmas, maybe. It was like a couple weeks before Christmas because obviously winter break. So we had like
a Christmas service at Campus House, which is the church we go to here. And I invited him, and he actually came. And I was like, wow, like a step in the right direction.
Yeah.
And he just, you know, there's like a way to like fake it till you make it. He just like was not happy to be there, was not involved. And then there was like a church party afterwards. So just like karaoke and fun stuff like that where you could actually, it had nothing to do with like the fact that we were with a bunch of people from church. It was just having fun in a way that was like party friendly, where it wasn't super wild or anything.
Yeah.
So he would just like remove himself from the situation. So we'd all be like in the room, and he'd be like, I'm out on the porch sitting. I'm like, what are you doing out on the porch? Like, come in and at least sit here and act like you're having a good time. Because it was something that I wanted to happen so bad. And I was like, if he's able to like act in a way that looks like, oh, like he cares, he makes initiative to look into my beliefs and see why I believe what I believe, but he was just like removing himself from the situation.
Oh yeah, okay, then I get that. Like you tried, and it just like didn't work.
Yeah, so yeah, it didn't really work, but that's okay because everything happens for a reason. But basically, what happened is we met a couple other friends, so we added a couple like other friends to our friend group who were really close with Sean, and that has proved to be an issue still today. Throughout our friend group, because we have a second friend, Allie, and now Sean likes Allie. So it's like a whole discombobulation of a bunch of people like liking each other and being friends.
Yeah, that's hard when you have like a big boy-girl friend group, I feel.
Yeah.
Because people like, they like each other, and then if it doesn't work out, then like someone starts liking someone else, and it's just like, kind of weird, you know.
Yeah, so we've had that issue because Allie like does not want anything to do with Sean. So we've had that issue because Allie is trying to remove him completely from our friend group. But we can't do that because we have these 4 guys over here that are so close with Sean, and we can't just like pull him out of there and be like, oh, we're all up and dandy. So it's been hard up until now for us to be able to involve him in a way that's enough for him to be involved, but also in a way where none of us will explode on him or something like that.
Have you like told Allie to like text him and be like, I'm not interested,
yes.
But I really want like this friend group to work? I don't know, like has she done that? Or
she's had a conversation face to face to him about it because he brought it up to her actually. At a dining court some night. So he brought it up to her. He was like, have you ever thought about us dating? And I was like, no, I have not, and no, I will not. So, they've talked about it before, but I don't think, Allie realizes how negative she is. And then I also don't think Sean knows how, like, he's acting in our friend group, because he was so awkward after I texted him and told him, was like, nothing is going to happen.
Yeah.
He was so awkward in our friend group, and it took us probably a good 3 months to get back to a place of normalcy, a place where we're both comfortable in the same friend group without thinking about what happened or, like, the deeper connection we had made. So it was just super hard to transition back to normalcy. So I don't want that to happen between, like, Allie and Sean, or even like someone else in our friend group and someone else. So it's really hard having a bunch of friends that are like you said, girls and boys, and then you put them all together. It's like, oh, you're bound to have people to like each other. So it's hard, but we'll get through it.
What's Allie doing that's like being so negative? I mean, like, I know she told Sean like, I don't like you, but what else is she doing?
Okay, so she just talks really poorly of him, if that makes sense. Every time he'll come up in a conversation and be like, oh, Sean always talks about baseball and he's only played 1 game in his life, and just like being, instead of like lifting him up, it's more of a like pushing him down type thing. Like, why is he like this? Why is he behaving like this? And it's just negative things that I've never heard her. I don't think I've ever heard her say a positive thing about Sean. So we told her we would help her be more inclusive and be more aware of what she's saying about him. So we Krista and I told Allie we would, like, watch out for her and be, like, texting her if she's saying something she shouldn't. So we told her to watch out for her, but it's just always negative out of her mouth about him, so.
I bet that's hard. Hopefully she realizes that, like, she could be possibly, like, ruining this friend group, and so then she changes.
Yeah, I sure hope so.
Yeah. Yay.